Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shazana. I'm from the group number 7. So I'm going to talk about the background of the company. First, the type of business that we run is sole proprietorship. And second, the product we sold is selling cookies, which are the cranberry cookies, peanut butter cookies, dark chocolate cookies. We had three types of cookies that we sold. And third is our location will be at the Star Park Point Star Park Kuala Lumpur. And the last but not least, our goal is hire productive laborers to produce an effective product to achieve the customer satisfaction level. For number 2 slides, I'm going to talk about who are the one are responsible for our company. First is managing director. Managing Director is Muhammad Hassan bin Hussein. Second, Financial Manager Justru Muhammad Al Ghafari. Third, Marketing Manager Baichu Chan. And third, it's me Shazana binti Muhammad Ali, which is an Operation Manager. Last is Administrative Manager, which is Sharifa Atira Ismail. We are the one who are the responsible to rules our company to become a good financial flow and successful for in this company. Thank you.
I will introduce our product and service. Our group's product is cookies. We have three different types of biscuits. It's cranberry cookies, peanut butter cookies, and dark chocolate cookies. So all three cookies have the following basic ingredients. It's peanut butter, flour, sugar, and baking powder, and eggs. So each type of biscuit has its own unique ingredients. These ingredients are cranberries, peanut butter, and dark chocolate. About our baking process, there are three main changes which we will see as all these keys are baked. There are the development of the biscuit, structure and texture, the reduction in the moisture content, and the development of the color. So our biscuits baked through these three changes will have the following characteristics. Firstly, is low density, gives more volume and a lighter bit. Secondly, is bit and mouthfeel, crispiness, softness, smoothness, and crunchiness. About our service, we will use express service at our own expense to deliver our inventory to distributors and engines.
According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, there are 70 universities in Malaysia with 556 students. For us, this is a very precious and potential market to start our new business. Even if we get 1% loyal customer from the market, we will achieve 66,000, which is 5,000 students. There is also a significant market need for cookies among university students, considering their relevance in day-to-day life, the rate at which they consume cookies, and the growing population. However, this market need is filled by a significant amount of competition, in which a few cookie brands capture the majority of the revenue. To capture the market, there are 4 strategies that we plan to acquire a piece of this market. Number 1 is social media marketing. Number 2, direct marketing. Number 3, joint venture marketing. And number 4, host a webinar. For our business, there are 4 operations that we need to handle, such as material, labor, inventories, and distribution. We already made standard operating procedure for each department using the guideline from the Ministry of Malaysia.
Moving on to financial plan, we have 5 main ingredients to produce a cookie, which consist of pure butter, flour, sugar, baking powder, and also eggs. And we have 3 other special ingredients which are meant for the 3 different types of cookies we produce, and those are dark chocolate, peanut butter, and also cranberries. So the total direct material variable cost for each unit produced is RM2.40. Okay, next is variable cost of direct labor. In direct labor, we have 2 different departments, consist of Department 1 and Department 2. Department 1 is for cookies production, whereas Department 2 is for packaging and distributing. Okay, for Department 1, we will be able to produce 5 units per hour, and the laborers are paid RM6 per hour. So they will be working 5 hours per day. So in total, the cost for Department 1 is RM30. Whereas for Department 2, we will produce 10 units per hour, and the cost per hour is RM5. And the total working hours is 10 hours, so the total cost for Department 2 is RM50. Overall, the total direct labor cost per day is RM80. Okay, move on to the variable cost of manufacturing overhead and also selling and administrative. For manufacturing overhead, there are utilities consist of electricity and water, amounted to 45 cents per hour. Whereas for sales commission incurred in sales and administrative is RM5. So in total, there will be RM5.45 of variable costs incurred in manufacturing overhead and also selling and administrative. Okay, for fixed costs, for the fixed cost of manufacturing overhead, there are insurance and also kitchen rental, and the total is RM9,450. Whereas for the fixed cost of selling and administrative, there are utility expense, delivery costs, advertising, and management wages, and total up to RM9,480. So the total fixed cost for each quarter is RM18,930.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will explain about the pricing part. So, at the beginning we choose the pricing method by using the outsourcing costing, with the additional fixed costs counted as the product cost. So this is the list down all of our product costs, started from the direct materials, which is RM2.4, and second one is the direct labor, RM1.7, and next the variable MOH, RM0.90, and the last one is the fixed MOH, RM1.37. So the total of our product cost is RM6.39. So next, we also determine the selling price of the product cost using the markup. So the markup formula is the selling price per unit minus the cost per unit divided also by the cost per unit times 100. So the result will be 87.79%. So as we get the markup percentage, we also insert into the selling price formula, which is cost plus markup percentage times the cost. So the result will be RM12 as the beginning selling price. So based on our calculation above, our pricing method is a cost-based pricing using markup pricing. So we set our markup is 87.79%. Thus, our selling price is become RM12. So the next slide, I will explain about the CVP analysis, or can be said as the cost volume profit analysis. So I will explain the two between the BP units and the BP cells. The first one is I will explain about the BP units. Using the BP units formula, which is selling price minus the variable cost minus the fixed cost equals to 0. So we just insert the numbers that we have been got from the master budget. So the X will be 4,916 units. So it becomes the budgeted sales units. So next, the second one is we will count the BP sales using the BP sales formula, which is easily count by the result of the BP units times the selling price. So we will get the 58,992 ringgit. So the 58,992 ringgit, it becomes our BP sales. So the last one, I will explain about the target profit analysis. The target profit analysis formula is selling price minus the variable cost minus the fixed cost, then equals the target profit. So in the first quarter, we got the target profit is 9,945 by inserting all of the components into the formula. Then we will get the X into 7,500. So the 7,500 is become our the budget sales unit. So the remaining result of the target profit shown as below. So there is the target profit starting from the quarter 1 until the quarter 4, and also the budgeted sales unit started from the quarter 1 until the quarter 4. So the total year of the budgeted sales unit is 30,600. So I think that's all from the pricing part. Thank you.